Saints Rams recap and review. All right, well, that went about as expected. Rams 34, Saints 10. I mean, the Saints are nothing but consistent. I'll say that. I mean, it is as consistent gets. 10 points. So let's go ahead and do the math here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and do the math real quick. So the New Orleans Saints in 9 games. Let's go ahead and do it together. So we have 13, 21, let's see, 13, okay, 19, all right, 26, unbelievable. Then we've got 19, 14, 3, and 10. 19, 14, 3, 10, for a grand total in 9 games, and a grand total in 9 games of 15.3 points per game for the New Orleans Saints. Man, oh man. All right, where do we even begin? Let's begin with Tyler Shough. All right, so this is going to be the talking point the entire week or whatever. I thought we talked about it all week going into this, that such a hard spot for Shough, such a brutal matchup and situation and all of that. And I think given the circumstances, whatever, I would give this just kind of a meh. I would give it kind of a all right, cool. At the beginning, I was concerned. I'll tell you that. After the third drive, when Taysom started getting some play, I was like, man, is this like a soft benching? Like, are they getting Taysom in there just to kind of reset things and give Tyler a breath on the sideline and just let him kind of get himself together again? I didn't know what was going on. At the beginning, it looked a lot. It looked a lot of the deer in the headlights. It looked a lot of the panic. It looked a lot of that going on. I thought he settled down a little bit. I thought he kind of, as the game went on, I thought he kind of got into it. But overall, kind of a meh performance. The good news is, for Tyler Shough, that the season basically starts now. All right? The Saints played the Rams in LA. Rams were off a bye. Hardest possible situation. Now you go at Carolina, Falcons in the Dome, at Miami, at Tampa's not fun, but then Carolina again, the Jets, the Titans, the Falcons. All right, so season starts now. The hard part's over with. All that done and dusted. Okay, we're past the 49ers, past the Seahawks, past the Bills, past the Rams. Like, okay. Shough went through it a little bit in this game. I don't think anybody, it's just a mess situation, okay? But it was in the hardest spot possible. So let's see what he does now moving forward. I wouldn't rush to evaluate this game. It was fine. I don't think he elevated, it wasn't the spark. It wasn't an elevated situation. He looked okay. Just kind of is what it is. All right. Next up, the running game has taken such a step backwards. It is vomit-inducing. I mean, it is sickening what we're seeing on the ground. Alvin Kamara, 6 carries for 14 yards, 2.3 yards a carry, a fumble. Devin Neal, 3 for 11, 3.7 yards a carry. Tyler Shough had 1 for 2. Taysom led the team in rushing, 4 for 30, but one of those was a 29-yard run. So he had 1 for 29, 3 for 1 yard. So, I mean, it is what it is. But, I mean, this team offensively, and this is where I'm kind of torn on this, honestly. I'm kind of torn because we know it's going to be bad, right? We know we're in a rebuild. We know it's not going to be fun. We know this is a tough situation, tough game, all that stuff. We know all that. But at the same time, when you end up with 16 minutes of possession, okay? 16 minutes of possession, and your first and four of your first 5 possessions are 3 and outs. 3 plays, 9 yards punt. 3 plays, -6 yards punt. 3 plays, 9-yard punt. Then you get the field goal. Then 3 plays, 3 yards punt. 4 3 and outs in your first 5 drives of the game. Something's going on. Okay. Now, again, I'm kind of in the middle here where it's not a full-on 5-alarm fire, fire everybody, whatever. But this combination of 3 and outs all over the place to start, combined with 16 minutes of offense. 16 minutes. I saw on Twitter, I think 16 minutes and 7 seconds is like the 13th. I think it's like the 13th least amount of time a team has had, time possession-wise, in a game in NFL history. I'm honestly surprised it's not like top 5. I mean, let's just look at the box score. The Rams had 30 first downs to our 10. They had 438 yards of offense to 224. They ran 77 plays to 40. They had the yards per play 5.7 and 5.6, but garbage time blowouts. You got to kind of the YPP gets a little wonky in blowouts. Rushing, they ran the ball 43 times for 4 yards a carry. Had 171 yards rushing. Penalties or whatever. Saints had 2 turnovers. And 43 minutes and 53 seconds of possession. I'll tell you this, like we had, Tyler Shough's over pass attempts and we had some other props. The fact that he was, if they would have had 25 minutes of possession, he might have had 50 passes. All the stuff you see with the Saints, like Tyler Shough's passing stats, the carries, the receptions, all that, it happening in 16 minutes is insane. I don't think I've ever seen a discrepancy this bad. And this is crazy. Crazy. So, it was an absolute beatdown. The Rams did whatever they wanted, and they could have named whatever they wanted to do. If they would have said, you know what, let's get Kyren Williams 50 carries, they could have. If they would have said, you know what, let's get Puka 20 receptions, they could have. If they would have said, let's get Blake Corum 25, they could have. It was just whatever LA wanted to do, the Saints were more than happy to oblige. And that is Sean McVay to the T. We said it in the preview. Whatever you let them do, he will do. If you let them have success on the ground, they'll run it all day long. If you let them have success to a certain player, all day long. If you let a certain play, if it's play action or whatever, do it, he'll spam it 13 straight times. That's Sean McVay for you. And this one, he said, well, let's just run the ball literally all day long for 45 straight minutes. So, I don't know. The team defensively, I don't know what the hell the Saints are defensively. One game, they're horrible against the pass. One game, they're pretty good against the pass. 3 or 4 games, they're great against the run. Then a couple games, they're horrible against the run. I don't know what they are. I don't know what they're doing. They're just so up and down, so all over the place, so inconsistent. Hard even. The only thing that has been pretty good is Chase Young. Chase Young has been good. Chase Young was fine, but whatever. It's like, sweet, cool. It's like going to a rundown Shoney's or something and being like, well, the chocolate pudding was good. Yeah, the other stuff gave me food poisoning, but, the box chocolate pudding was pretty decent. Whatever. It is what it is. Let me say this, because I don't want to be knee-jerk reaction or whatever, but something has to change with the offense. It can't look this bad all the time. It can't be 15 points per game 9 games into the season. I understand these are tough opponents. I understand what we're facing. I understand all that, but 3 and out, field goal, 3 and out, that ain't going to be it. That probably ain't going to be the move. And man, how about this? Could you have a worse after half situation than, okay, it's actually crazy because when I was watching this game and, as bad as this all was, and then it's 20-10, and I'm like, well, we score at the end of the half. Okay. I've seen this movie before. Whatever. You get a stop, score. Okay. I mean, at least it's not even talking about winning the game, but just like keep it close. Let Tyler Shough kind of feel that close game, competitive atmosphere, whatever. And then the Rams come out of the half, 16 plays, 10-minute drive, and then we say 3 more plays, and this is the Alvin Kamara fumble. So Alvin fumbles, and then they get the ball back, all right? And then they say, let's go on another 10-play drive. So halftime happens, then we get 3 plays and a fumble, and they get 26 plays spanning over 140 or 130 yards and 15 minutes of possession and 2 touchdowns. Like, and then we get the ball back and turn it over on downs on the whatever it was, like the 7. Yeah, 7. This is a tough play right here. The Taysom Hill run, that was brutal. But, I mean, it's just ugly. It's just nothing. It's listless. It's just nothing. And, you know, we're 9 games in. We'll see. Like, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how the rest of the season plays out. We'll see what's going on. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if it's the horses. I don't know if it's the game plan, the strategy, the prep. I don't know. But pretty soon here, it's not today. Maybe it's because I'm in a good mood. It's not today, but pretty soon, all this right here, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, all this is going to have to be put under a microscope. And we're going to have to figure out what the issue is. Why we're starting games like this. Now, is it because it's the Rams on the road with Tyler Shough in his debut? Who knows? All right? Like, whatever. But if this is what it's like against Carolina and against Miami and against Tennessee and against the Jets, we've got to have a coming to Jesus meeting. All right? The next thing, let's go back to it, is running the ball. I'm not sure what's going on with Alvin Kamara. I mean, I said this in a video this week. It's like a Monstar situation where what happened? I mean, this is like when they took Charles Barkley's powers. All right, this is like when Sean Bradley couldn't even dribble up the court, and they hid all the powers in a basketball. And Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny had to play a one-on-one, or had to play a game to get those powers back. Is that what's going on? Are we watching the football version of Larry Johnson getting his powers sucked out of him by an alien? Trivia: Larry Johnson College. Where'd he go? UNLV. I don't know. Because, I mean, this is tough. I mean, this game log is rough. 6 for 14, 2.3 yards a carry. 6 for 21, 3.5 yards a carry. 11 for 28, 2.5 yards a carry. 10 for 31, 3.1 yards a carry. 8 for 27, 3.4 yards a carry. 6 carries for 14 yards. For a long of 3. I was at a birthday party in Biloxi, Mississippi, and I almost had the stat line. I was eating ice cream cake from Dairy Queen, and I almost ended up with 2.3 yards a carry and a long of 3. From the cake line to where I ate the cake would have been a longer run than 3 yards. This can't be a thing. So is this, again, the system, the scheme? Is it age? Is it the Monstars? I don't know. But some of this stuff is starting to stick, and it ain't good. It ain't good what we're seeing out there. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly stuff. 16 minutes of possession. 16 minutes. That's not even a Dragon Ball Z episode. Those episodes were like 20 minutes long. 16 minutes. That is a short commute to work. The Saints flew to California to have 16 minutes of possession. 10 first downs. They had more running plays than we had total plays. They had 43 running plays. We had 40 total plays. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get on down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.